Trump announces 100% tariffs, additional 100% tariff on China beginning November 1st. And Rob, I think you got two clips on this. One is the story about it, and the other one is China responding to it. So let me go through this with the story. So President Trump took on Truth Social, if you have the tweet, Friday to announce that U.S. will impose an additional 100% tariff on imports from China beginning November. This announcement was made hours after a separate post from Trump in which he warned of possible new tariffs and suggested canceling a meeting with Chinese President Xi, claiming Beijing was planning sweeping exports controls on rare earth minerals. Here's his tweet. It's just been learned that China has taken an extraordinarily aggressive position on trade and sending an extremely hostile letter to the world, stating that they were going to effectively on November 1st impose large-scale export controls on virtually every product they make, and some not even made by them. This affects all countries without exception and was obviously a plan devised by them years ago. It is obviously unheard of international trade and a moral disgrace in dealing with other nations based on the fact that China has taken this unprecedented position and speaking only for the U.S. and not other nations who were similarly threatened starting November 1st, 2025, or sooner, depending on further actions by China. The United States will impose a 100% tariff. And above these tariffs currently paying November 1st, it is impossible to believe that China would have taken such an action, but they have. And the rest is history. Thank you for your attention to this matter. By the way, China responds, and here's what they said. China isn't afraid. Beijingers shrug off Trump's tariff threat. Go ahead, Rob.
The tariff station was initiated by the United States. China takes necessary countermeasures. It is to safeguard the legitimate rights and interests of seniors and international fairness and justice. Completely reasonable and legal. China's position has always been clear. There are no winners in the tariff war. China is not willing to fight, but I'm not afraid of being beaten either. If the United States really wants to solve the problem through dialogue and negotiation, we should stop applying extreme pressure. Stop threatening to increase. On the basis of equality and respect. Dialogue with China.
Okay, Tom, thoughts on this story?
Well, so he brokered this incredible peace deal we were talking about, but there is a hot war, a trade war going on with China, and this is very, very, very serious. China is not going away. They may have capitulated or kind of, just to use your phrase, they just kind of got along over the last 4 months. But now it's coming back heavy. There's a couple things that they're doing on chips, because what do they still want? China still wants to take over Taiwan. Yep. And Taiwan's got a bunch of chips, and it's chips that they want to have purview over and control over the manufacturing of. So recently, with all this, China's like, look, you're running around the world and you're trying to do mineral deals with, rare earth deals with Greenland. You're trying to put the rare earth deal, excuse me, into the deal with Ukraine because the United States needs rare earth. Okay, first of all, we're going to put our thumb down on the button on these minerals and rare earth things that people need to make turbines, electric cars. Trump did a deal a couple of weeks ago. I'm not crazy about the fact that now the U.S. government owns 10% of a lithium company, but it was all about making sure there's enough of these minerals and everything to go into it. China sees that and sees America slowly working around the table, getting a little more independence, and they get pissed. And last week, which was not really reported a lot, actually it wasn't talked about a lot in the shadow of everything else, but they went after Qualcomm and NVIDIA because they know that Qualcomm and NVIDIA are going to run to the White House to get help, and now China's got this triangle of negotiation trying to put in place. Qualcomm bought a company called Autotalks. NVIDIA bought a company called Mellanox. And now China is saying, hang on, you buying these companies, we're concerned about antitrust. We're concerned about too much market power. We want to put this under review. And, meanwhile, Qualcomm and NVIDIA have permission to sell certain chips to China. Not the really good stuff, but some of them. So China is playing the game. It's a chess game. They're playing 3D chess on this, Pat, and they're trying to get a couple U.S. companies, Qualcomm and NVIDIA, to get upset and go to the White House and say, hey, we need some help here. And they're also trying to put pressure on things on the rare earth minerals. China is not going away.
When is this
and
tweet,
all
by the
this
way?
happy talk this morning.
By the way, this is what he tweeted today. Don't worry about China. We'll be fine. Highly respect the President Xi. Just had a bad moment.
He's letting him know.
He doesn't want depression for his country, and neither do I. the USA wants to help China, not hurt it, President Donald Trump.
So in other words, China got Trump's attention. And so he's making a statement here.
China got Trump's attention?
Yeah. Well, on this, he's got his
they
attention. In the midst of everything else, he's tweeting this on this day, which I think shows that it is a hot battle, and we got to respond and we got to keep it up. I was surprised to see Trump tweeting about this morning. Z doesn't have the better of Trump in this, but it shows you this is an important hot war going on the other side.
Well, listen, you hear the story. China targets NVIDIA, Qualcomm, and a crackdown on U.S. chip imports. So he's going to get calls from his guys. They're going to be like, Mr. President, we really want to help out, and we really want to make that investment, but we got to figure something out with China. This is really slowing it down. And It's kind of like what happened with the California farmers. Remember when that happened with the California farmers where they're like, look, these policies, you're getting us to lose some of the workers that we really need. And I think you had to find a way to invest, $17 billion to help some of the farmers out. What do you think about this exchange with U.S. and China? Adam, where are you at with that?
Well,
This Adam.
my bad.
This Adam.
Good, Adam.
Good, Adam.
I'm going to call you Sauce. I'm going to call him Adam.
That's
Listen,
fine.
Uber, Adam, and we need to know
Porsche
how much
Adam.
it costs to get to the airport from the studio. You can weigh it.
$23.
Okay. But is that during peak times? Is that
I don't
peak
go
hours?
during peak time.
Okay. I want to ask you, Vito.
I got
Okay.
you.
All right. What were we
We
talking
can Uber
about?
Lux.
China and U.S.
Mr.
What do you think is going to happen?
Governor
here?
Corolla.
You think who has the leverage? I guess maybe that's the question.
I think what Trump. All these relationships metastasize. We let them go, like the Ferrari in the yard. And I think Trump showed up and he goes, "We got to fix a lot of this stuff." And the problem is to fix a lot of this stuff, to reset them, we need to re-break some bones and reset it. It's painful. It's not easy. You know what I mean? Like someone just goes, it's not going to be that clean. It's not going to be that neat. It might not be that fast, but we need to fix a bunch of stuff. And fixing the bunch of stuff means that there's going to be a rehab, but we still needed the surgery to be done. And we were sort of just walking with a limp, kind of going, I can get along. And we're like, nope, we're going down. We're doing surgery. You're going to be down for a while. But then when we come back, you're not going to have a limp. And so we're being unfair to Trump, or not we, but a lot of us go, what? We can't go down for 3 months or whatever. It's like, that's the process that we need to undertake to not walk with the limp. Or we can just get Kamala Harris or Biden in there and we'll just walk for a limp with a limp in perpetuity. So
and
that's
slur.
kind of slur. That's what we're doing right now. So no one wants to hear about it at the beginning, but it needs to be done. And the relationship with China is lopsided, especially them stealing our technology, everything, chips, golf clubs, whatever. They've been ripping us off for a long time, but we're dependent on them with all their Amazon junk, which is essentially free and gets shipped the next day. But we're going to have to re-break the bones, and the patient's going to be down for a little bit, and then we'll rehab, and then we won't walk with a limp.
Adam.
Sauce. Yeah, Uber Adam. Well, you asked the question, who has the leverage right now, Trump or China, United States or China? I would say that short term, United States has it, Trump has it, but long term, China's going to play the waiting game. Trump right now is going at rapid pace. He came up with Operation Warp Speed. He's going at triple warp speed right now. He's exactly 3 years until he's out of office.
He just landed in Egypt right now.
Bingo. He's doing it.
Yeah.
He's doing his thing. So here's a couple of stats I just want to show you. This is why it's sort of like incumbent to understand what's going on. The countries that trust their government the most, if you can show this, Rob, number 1 on the list is Saudi Arabia. Number 2 is China. Because they don't have freedom of press, they don't have freedom of anything, you're going to do what the government says. So China, the people of China, trust what the CCP is doing. Now, if you extrapolate that and go back to that chart, Rob, if you don't mind.
Or they're going to get
the other
killed
one.
if they say anything
Yeah,
different.
of course. You see where the United States is. We're at 40%.
Who took the poll?
This is, Rob, scroll out, buddy. This is Statista. So United States trusts our government 40%, but in this case, Trump really doesn't care because he's not running for re-election. This is something I think you used the word, Adam, would you use the word that he's
Metastasized?
was it metastasized? Oh, you said earlier about Trump is not
Fantastic
exactly.
word.
So the point is the people of China are just like, they're going to go along. Now, if you go to the next thing over there, I think it's from Statista as well. It's how unfree is the press. The least freest country in the world is press is China. So China is going to tell the people of China, this is what's going on. Trust us. This is what we're doing. And they're not going to say anything about it. They're just going to go along with it. So in America, we're going to have people, tariffs, what's going on? You can't do this. All these things are going on. China's going like this. They're just going fast. They're going with speed. But Trump's going to come in and basically, what do you say, pull the brakes on this car right here. But over the next 3 years, I think the United States is going to have the leverage, but long term, we're going to have some deal with China and the strength of obviously
Does
their
this
economy.
deal get done before 2026 is here?
Not if China has anything to say with it, because they're willing to go through some pain and put their people through pain.
Well, let me ask you this.
Wait,
Let me
this
ask you
deal, this chip thing, or
Tariffs.
this deal a
Oh, I'm
bigger?
saying overall tariffs.
I think the 100% tariff will come back, and we'll get something done on chips. But China's going to get some concessions for itself, and so they'll be part of a deal.
So, but do you think the tariff deal will be done before the end of the year?
I do not think the tariff deal will be done, but I think the 100 will come off, and they'll
I think the 100
reconcile
will
what
come
they're
off.
doing.
Those
with
are two
the
different
chips.
things, though. The 100, Trump has given so many temporary 25% on Mexico, 50% on Canada. He does this and then removes it, and he says November 1st, and you got 2 weeks. Like if you don't by then, he does this all the time.
No, we won't have.
Well,
a
let me
master
ask you,
deal.
Pat, if you're Xi right now, you know that Trump has 3 years left to get stuff done. You see what he's doing all around the world. How do you maneuver if you're someone like Xi?
Well, I tell you, the one thing about the great negotiators like Trump is they find, like they were talking about yesterday. We went to this one park. The kids are playing, and they kept using this phrase. And I don't know what the phrase was. It's a phrase kids, you like, Riz and all this other
cooked?
stuff.
Is it you're
no,
cooked?
it's a phrase that we're using on how to get under the skin of the lady that was moderating the dodgeball game. There was a word they used. Okay, Rob, is there a phrase for it? Like on how to get
was the
under their
word?
nerves. And
What I heard in the
what is it? Did they say? What is rage baiting? Is that what they said?
Rage-
That's
Rage
the word.
baiting?
Yeah, rage baiting.
Oh.
It's like, we're just rage baiting her. I'm like, what the hell is rage baiting?
Yeah.
It's like when you try to see if you can get under
It's
someone's
like gaslighting almost.
Yeah, if you can get under someone's skin that's older than you, and then Tico's like, well, you do this sometime in school as well. You get in trouble. It's like, I'm just rage baiting, right? I think Trump's the ultimate rage baiter. Okay, of course. So I think Trump's got to sit there. Let me tell you, here's my prediction. In the next 4 weeks, you're going to hear Trump send the most ridiculous tweet with a threat of something that's going to do because he knows it's going to annoy and upset Xi. And I don't know what it's going to be, okay? I have no idea what's going to be. I don't know. He's right now sitting there doing opposition research on steroids. He's got his Harvard guys doing opposition research. He's got his guy that went to the biggest university in China doing opposition research. He's got the spies from China that flipped that are supporters of ours to do opposition research to see how they can get under Xi's skin. They're doing that nonstop. And you're going to see a tweet that's going to come out. They're going to be like, wait, what did Trump just say? Like, when Musk sent that tweet out saying, wait till the Epstein files really come out. And it was like, Kash Patel's on Rogan. It's like, well, I'm sitting this one out, right?
Yeah.
You're going to see something like that come out. And it'll be a
How
very,
ugly
very...
could it be, PBD?
Wait,
the tweet.
ugly
No,
enough.
what I-
She's gay.
Listen,
Everybody knows this.
Listen,
No, sorry.
If 75 million iPhones were being made in China, a lot of them that are now going to India, it's a lot of business you took away from them. So I think he's going to go and press, put salt on the wound that hurts, and he's just going to go in like this. He's going to grab 2 buckets. Bam! He's going to go like this. I think that's what he's going to do.
But that scares me.
And I don't. It does. I'm
because
just
I don't
saying
want
to you-
COVID-20 to come
Yeah.
out of a lab
Well,
again.
I
what do you
nobody-
mean lab, bro?
Yeah, a lab
understand.
that we
Wet
own.
market
That's-
bat.
Guys,
A
don't,
Chinaman ate a bat,
yeah,
Vinny.
don't
Everyone
fall
knows
asleep
that.
on them. Don't
Come
fall
on.
asleep on
All
that
I'm
guy.
saying to you is,
Yeah.
you're talking about the great rage baiting,
Baiter. Yeah.
commander in chief
Yep.
is what he is. As the younger generation would say, I think that's what he's going to do because he's right now. He did the same thing with Netanyahu. He's up there saying, yeah, we're thinking about building some nice properties here and taking over Gaza under control of U.S. and who knows? Maybe
Bibi
we
goes,
build some hotels. And Bibi goes,
Yeah,
what
who the hell?
fuck?
We didn't talk about that.
I don't know. I think something could happen there because when Trump needs this thing to be done? By the end of Q1 of 2026. You know why? Because 4th of July He has to be on stage, giving that stage speech, 250-year anniversary, with the most ridiculous, the UFC fight at the White House, World Cup here. He needs
Olympics.
China's deal. He needs the China deal to be done by the end of Q1.
Going down that list.
Rob, did you see the one fighter I gave you the video of from like 4 weeks ago? Do you have that clip? You know which one I'm talking about?
Labs, perfectly
Do you remember that one or no, Rob? There
I don't.
Remember that one fighter I had that I was like a perfect candidate for UFC? I'll try to find it. Listen, there's rumors right now. Have you heard about the rumors they're talking about for fighting?
No, tell
Have
me.
you seen this? That possibly Pereira, what's Pereira's first name? Is that Alex?
Yeah.
Alex Pereira.
Yeah, that he may be
Didn't he just
fighting
win?
John Jones. Maybe fighting John
really?
Jones. Dana
At
said
the
that'll
at the
never
White
ever
House?
happen. Yeah, there you go. I was right. It's a potential John Jones Alec Pereira super fight.
Oh man.
John Jones
at
would
light,
destroy him.
heavy,
Stop
or
it.
heavy?
Who
John
knows?
Jones
Maybe
would
it's going to be a
dismantle
BMF type of a category because one of them has to step down and the other one has to step up.
John
I mean,
Jones.
but,
Which is-
but Adam,
Come on,
Pereira's in crazy shape.
Stop it. Respect to Pereira. He's great. John Jones is the GOAT.
Yeah,
Let's
but
not
he
get
hasn't
that
fought
twisted.
since when?
Doesn't matter. The GOAT's GOAT. That's
I mean,
what they
you can't
do.
say it doesn't matter what you have in your body.
Go ahead. When John Jones shows up here, you tell him that.
Let me tell you guys. To me, I think this is great. Dana White's a total bullshit. Dana White, I think in an interview, he said, I'm glad John Jones sent that, but even if they paid $1 billion, I would never do it. I'd like to see this guy get into the fight. Rob, if you have this clip, this is like such an impressive.
Oh,
look at
that's
this.
my boy. I love this guy.
That guy.
I love this
Look at
guy.
this
That
guy.
guy. Dude.
Please,
Go ahead.
he's killing it.
Him against Connor.
Oh.
You know what? Look at this.
That's my boy.
Show it to me. Boom.
Bro,
I see you, Joe.
bro, none of his kicks
Wow.
go past your knees. They don't go higher than your knees.
4-inch vertical leap.
You know he has
killing
5
it.
cats.
Killing it.
Vinny, it's easy to make fun of him. He's at least in the arena. You are not. Okay? He's in the
your ass.
arena.
Dude, look
putting himself on the. Look at this guy.
He does
My
have a
boy.
cross.
I
He
love
does
that
have a
guy.
cross tattoo.
You
on
the first
his
time I ever
chest.
saw that guy? Oh, he kills it. His videos are amazing.
Yeah. I loved it. That was funny as hell. All right, let's get
Well,
to
is that Katie Porter?
Katie Potato.
Katie Potato.
Katie Porter needs a husband like that. I mean, every time we do the Vol Conference, if you've attended, you know this. I stand up and I speak for probably 45 hours is what I do at the Vol Conference. And I love it. I love being around the guys. I love it. But I wear the Ferragamo shoes when I do this. Or I wear some kind of dress shoes. Eventually, for the last 25 years, I've always been on stage walking around. I'm like, you know what? I'm sick and tired of it. I want a shoe that I'm comfortable wearing. And here's what I love. I don't like shoes that are so heavy. That's a dumbbell. You can use it as a weapon. I don't want that. Like the Xenia, you carry it. I have so many of them, but they're so heavy. Like you can literally curl the Xenia, the shoes, and you'll get a pump within 30 reps. And I wanted the combination of the Hoka, the On Cloud, the Super Foam, because there's a big thing going on right now with the Super Foam where the bottom of the shoe, you wear it. You know which ones I'm talking about, the On Cloud or the Hokas, right? They're so comfortable. And I said, what if we take luxury and then combine it with the super comfort? What would that look like? And let's build it in Italy. So what do? We went to Italy. We designed the shoe in Florida. We made the shoe in Italy in five of the factories. We went back and forth, God knows how many times. And by the way, the shoes we're about to launch and introduce to you right now, where you're going to see the video for the first time, I've been wearing those shoes for the last 22 days straight. I'm wearing them right now. I literally wear it with suits. I wore it yesterday when we went to lunch. I wear it every single day. It's the most comfortable shoes I have, yet it's authentic Italian leather. Rob, if you don't mind playing the video, go for it. Here's the video of the latest shoe, the FLBs. When we set out to create a shoe that blends comfort, function, and luxury, we had the choice to make it fast. We had the choice to make it cheap. We chose neither. Instead, we chose Tuscany, Italy. We chose true Italian craftsmanship, each pair touched by 50 skilled hands. We chose patience, spending 2 years perfecting every detail, and we chose the finest quality at every step. Introducing the Future Looks Bright collection. Not rushed, not disposable, not ordinary. Rather, intentional, luxurious, timeless.
Boom.
There you go. Designed in Florida, 100% made in Italy. 50 hands touch each shoe that was made. And here's what's unique about it. I want to kind of show this to everybody that knows this. And I've worn pretty much every one of these shoes. So if you compare this, the Italian leather, Of course, it's made in Italy. It's not assembled, made in China, assembled in Italy, 100% made in Italy, assembled in Italy. It's FLBs, Berlutis, which are 1840, Ferragamos are 895, Zennias are 1190, and Gucci's are 950. Leather premium lining, all of them except for Gucci. Laceless feature, it's the FLBs, the Berlutis, you have laces, Ferragamos laceless, and then you have also the Zennias, and then the Gucci's have the laces. I don't want to wake up in the morning, put laces on. I want to get out the house. Took me 3 seconds to put my shoes on today. Craftsman, 5 different Italian factories all made this shoe. Berlutis are the same as us, as well as FLB. But the only shoe, these trainers, the only one in the world today, according to the factories that told me this in Italy, that has the super foam, the only one that has the same super foam used in the On Clouds and the Hokas, it's the FLBs, and they're officially out, and you can place the order. Here's a challenge. We only have 1,000 of these pairs. And when you say 1,000 of these pairs, they start from size, I believe, is it 8? It goes 8, 9, 10, 10 and a half, 11, 11 and a half, 12, 13. Those are the sizes that we have. And the shoes that you can get today, the colors, you have access to, Rob, if you can go back there, you can have access to those browns, which is absolutely beautiful. And by the way, the brown on the bottom, the stitching on the side is a left stitching. If you can change the picture, and on the bottom it says the future looks bright. Look at the white lines on the side. It's beautiful. The only ones we have right now that you can get sent out today are the black and the browns. If you do want the white to pre-order, I would highly recommend you do so. They're going to come out the second week of December. So the white and the navy blue comes out the second week of December. The browns and the blacks are available. If you believe the future looks bright as much as we do, go place the order. There's nothing like sitting in the boardroom with your trainers and you put your feet over your knee and people look at the bottom of your shoe and it says future looks bright. That's how you get deals done. All right, so they're out. I'm excited to announce it, and I'm very happy for people to go sport it. When you get them, take pictures, send it our way. We're going to show all these shoes, all the pictures that are being taken. I already got a bunch of them sent to me on Instagram. Go to vtmerch.com, place your order. It's all over the website. Maybe buy it for your husband, buy it for your brother, buy it for your coworkers, buy it for your best salespeople if you want to let them know the future looks bright. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.